Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. If you see some sort of glare in my glasses, it's because there's a light behind the camera. It's about 8:30 in the morning, so the lighting wasn't very good. So I've turned this light on, but because of my glasses we get a bit of a reflection. So welcome to Flosstube 3. I have done 5 projects this week, and I think I got a fair amount of stitching in. Last weekend I pretty much stitched all day on the Saturday because I was by myself. The youngest one had gone to his nan's house, so I got an awful lot of stitching done that day. I did stitch on Body Positive, but I ran out of the light effect. It was called, I found out what it was called. It was called a light effects thread, and I actually ran out. So I'm not going to show that one today because I only managed to get 144 stitches in it. So what I'm going to do is carry on with that next week because I've ordered some more thread. That's already here. And I think I'm only going to stitch on that next week and Lord of the Rings. I think what I'll do is just do them two, and then at the end, once I've shown you those two projects, because I always want to stitch on Lord of the Rings, is probably show you the patterns that I've got stashed on my Pattern Keeper app that I haven't started yet, because I've bought quite a few lately. I bought another 2 from Medusa Dollmaker. If you watched the last Flosstube, you probably remember me saying that I bought a pattern from her off Etsy. I actually went back and bought another 2, because for some reason when I was looking on the Etsy shop, some of them said they weren't available. I think that was quite a common thing over the weekend with Etsy. There was something going on with the whole website, and it wasn't just me because I have seen other people mention it. So I only picked up the 2 that I could actually view, but I do want to go back and have a look at the other ones as well because they're so lovely. I love them. I have ordered the thread for, what was it called? I call it Gamer Girl, but I don't think it's called Gamer Girl. I'll put the picture back on the screen here of the one that I'm going to start. So I have the fabric, I have the pattern, and the floss is on the way. It's going to take about 2 weeks, they said, because I ended up going with a different person than what I said in the first video. The first lady that I asked didn't get back to me, and I managed to find another seller on Etsy that was in the UK that would quite happily look at the PDF and give me a quote on how much it was all going to cost for all the thread, so I don't have to worry about going through every colour, because I think there was 98 colours altogether, and then she sorted it all for me, gave me a quote, and I've paid her, so that should be here within the next 2 weeks. So let's do whichever one's first. Right, so we'll do the stamped kit. I did have a go at that. I only worked on it for one night, and I did 2.5 hours on this one, and I will put the picture here. So now we've got into the yellows. Take my needle out of there. So I'm still working on this flower, and I would like to finish this whole part of the hoop before I move. And then I don't know, I might just start in a random place, because I can start anywhere around here because it's a stamped kit. So perhaps I'll come down to the bird or something next, or maybe move over this side, do something in that end corner. But yeah, that flower is looking really nice. I'm really happy with that. I didn't do much really for 2.5 hours for the whole week. I didn't really get much progress done on that one. And this is an 11 count, and I'm working with 3 strands, full cross. You can see. Colours are really nice though, it's coming out really well. I better not lose that needle actually, because we kind of need that. Okay, so the second one, which I got a fair few stitches in, is Venom. I said I wanted to work on Venom. on the last floss tube. So I managed to get all the way across because I did the first row, well basically the first row, managed to get all the way across, and then I started coming down here. This one I managed to do 1,114 stitches. I don't know, is that gone blurry? Yeah, so I managed 1,114 stitches, and that took me to 14.13%. So that's coming along nice. I'm not going to do any more this week because I would like to get that body positive done. And it will just be that and Lord of the Rings that I work on next week. But I will get this one out again soon, because that one is supposed to be a gift for my daughter. And it was supposed to be done by Halloween this year. Well, her birthday this year, which is the 19th of October. Obviously not ever getting done before that, but maybe her next birthday, because the year after that she'll be 18, so maybe I can give it to her for her 18th birthday. Let's do the Lord of the Rings one, because that is what's coming up first on here. So I managed to finish the page. Isn't that cool? I went through all the random stitches on their own, rogue stitches or ninja stitches, whatever you want to call them, and then I started going to the second page. So I went all the way across. I think the second page ends about here. I went a little bit over, but the second page ends about here, and I did 2,072 stitches. Why does that not want to focus? There we go. And that has taken me to 0.75%. So almost at 1%. Almost. But I'm having good fun with this one. I haven't got bored of it, which is a good job. I usually work on this about 3 or 4 days of the week, and then the rest of the time I split between the other projects. If I worked on this every night, I would obviously get done a lot faster, but I would get bored, I think. I usually do this one at the end of the week, so I'll just pick whatever I want to stitch during the week, and then typically when it gets to like Thursday, Friday, then I'll start on this one and do it over the weekend. And then, minus body positive, the last one that I'd done was Darth Daddy. And I got quite a few stitches in this. I did 1,113 stitches, and that has taken me to 38.40%. So I came down here with the black. I wanted to do the black first because I was worried that I'd made a mistake somewhere, and the black is the most prominent part, so I can fudge the background. That wouldn't have been an issue, but if I'd have done these lines incorrect, then I would have had a problem. So I made sure that I did all of this first. Just under here will be Leia as a baby, which is supposed to be Leia as a baby, just under here, and then that's when, I think he's this side. Yeah, he'll be this side. This is when Darth Vader will be here. So I've got a lot of black coming up, but I wanted to make sure that these lines were correct, which they are, thankfully. And I had a really good time stitching this one. It's really easy. There's like huge blocks of the same colour, so when I want something easy to stitch, this is the one that I pick up. It's lovely. And I actually started trying to complete a page at a time, because when I picked this up to start with, I noticed there was loads of little white gaps here where I'd missed like 1 or 2 stitches. So I went through and did all of them. And then this week I had a new tablet turn up. Because I'll show you in a second, but I decided I wanted to work page by page so I can get these patterns off of the old tablet. So that I then started working on this first page, and I tried to, this is the bottom of that page, so I tried to finish there, which I didn't quite make it, but it's easier to tick off a page on Pattern Keeper than it is to go through and highlight all the individual stitches that you've done if you're changing over to a different tablet, or if you lose all your information or whatever on Pattern Keeper, which I have heard of before. Hasn't happened to me, thankfully, but I know it has happened to some people. So I will show you the tablet that I bought. So this is the tablet that I always use. It's tiny, right? This is this is a new tablet I've bought. It's massive. Look at the difference between, sorry about the dirty fingerprinty screens, but look at the difference in the sizes. So this one has all the patterns on currently. I paid about £20 for this, second hand, last year. So this is the one that I had all the patterns on to start with. I've transferred all the ones I haven't started onto this bigger tablet, onto here. And the only one that I'm working on at the minute off of this is Lord of the Rings, because I'd finished that page. So I thought, perfect, I'll start that first on here. Because when you download Pattern Keeper on a new tablet, all your progress is lost. So I had to, you can highlight, if you hold the page, like if you click the pen icon and you hold your finger, it will come up with highlight every stitch in this page. So I did that for the first page and just clicked done. So then I only had to do a couple of highlight a couple of stitches that I'd already done from the second page when this one turned up. So my aim for the other cross stitch patterns that I'm already doing is to finish them page by page and then start working on them from here, so I'm not working off two tablets, because I have a feeling this one's going to die soon. It's very slow, very, very slow. And it's very small, so I have to zoom in quite far. It's basically like looking at a phone. And I don't like looking at the Pattern Keeper app on the phone. So this one I love, absolutely love it. I think I paid £65 from Amazon for it. It's not a branded tablet, but it's got really good memory. I will link it for you if you want. And then the case cost me 17 or 20. So then I can, what I want to do with the case, what I'm happy with, is that you can have it like that. So I can now hold it upright and tick off the pattern, whereas before this one didn't have a case and this was just flat on the bed or the sofa or wherever I'm stitching. So it's so much easier for me. And I think that's it, other than I have bought a few patterns. I bought one last night. But I think I'll wait until next week and show you all of them, because this bigger tablet I'm able to screen record, so I will take you through my Pattern Keeper app and show you what's on there. And then what I would like to do around Christmas time is get you all to decide which cross stitch I want to start, because I always like to do a Christmas start. Last year was Darth Daddy, and I want to start another one this year. Doesn't matter which one it is. I bought a Halloween one last night, but if we start that, that's fine. I don't care, because it's not like I'm going to finish it in time for Halloween anyway. Probably the year after, maybe, but not the Halloween coming. So yeah, we'll do that next time. I'll work on Body Positive, Lord of the Rings, and then I'll show you my patterns. And later on, closer to Christmas, we'll do maybe a Flosstube extra where you guys can pick one for me. There's only one cross stitch pattern that I don't want to do on there, and that's because it's huge. But yeah, I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you another time. Bye.